Well, it's spring in Indiana. Still pretty cold, but things are starting to look a little more bloomful. Is that a word? I don't know. But grass is green, the flowers are popping. So, time to get back on the 1951 Ford F1 bed project. I'll tell you what, I am really enjoying this process, even though I'm learning and making mistakes. Pretty clear that y'all out there aren't so enamored with it. My numbers on these truck bed videos are just so much below what I normally get, which isn't a lot, but well, I'm sorry if you folks out there aren't interested in this process, but I sure as heck am. So hopefully you'll tag along with me for a little ways further. All right, so getting down here to this nasty little corner. Boy, what a pain this has been, but we did get that our hole drilled. I probably will need to file it because obviously that is a round hole versus the square carriage bolt holes. But probably have to just get a file out and do that, but that will be another time. But we got this all of our stuff there. But I did go through and wash this ridge here just to get the big stuff off of it. And next we are going to use the rust treatment stuff on this, probably a couple of coats of that. And then we will look to put some of the Rust-Oleum rust sealer primer on there just to help it along a little bit. Just don't want that to deteriorate any further, or at least slow the process. So here we go. All right, so I'm hoping this is going to be the solution to our issue of not being able to grind in corners. Found this drill bit. It's supposed to be good for that kind of thing. Still, it's going to leave a little bit of a gap in the corner, but I'll be danged, I could just not find any kind of thing to grind in corners. The only thing I could find was a tool being sold in Australia that had like a triangle shaped head and got right in there. It was actually for flooring, but I was not going to try and order something from Australia, but we'll give this a try. All right, well, my drill battery died right towards the end there, but actually did a fairly decent job of getting into those edges there and getting that stuff ground down. Again, this is not going to look pretty, but at least now we don't have some big, huge, obvious weld beads on there. Neat. All right, one unexpected thing I'm going to have to deal with is that these brake lines here are not routed in the correct way, because they would interfere with that's where the boards are supposed to go. So let's get that taken care of. Okay, yeah, you can probably tell that things are different now, like the lighting and everything is different. But yeah, I did have this taken care of at the shop. Pretty simple. They just rerouted the brake lines so they weren't in here. Okay, there's the first coat on. Probably give that about 30 minutes to set, and then we'll hit it with the second one. Also, well, I just had a bunch of extra cup. I went ahead and hit some of these areas here around the rear tailgate, which are holding up pretty well. As I mentioned before, this top lip piece is going to get swapped out. That's pretty corroded. But just threw some stuff on there. I sort of thought about, do I want to go ahead and throw some of that on the entire frame? I don't know. I mean, this metal looks like it's holding up pretty darn well. All surface oxidization. I also went ahead and hit this fading lip over here just for the heck of it. It's really just hanging on. It's only really even connected like here, here, and a little bit over there. I may still end up just zipping that off there because that's going to sit underneath the wood. And I think the only thing it's really supposed to do is kind of like stabilize from the front of the bed here to that wood but it will have screws going through it, the big carriage and frame bolts, so it should be pretty good. So I don't really see how I could repair that with welding. Some of it is gone, that I would have to like repair down vertically before I could get it to the level at which it would need to come out. So it would have to be like an L-shaped weld, and well, that is, let's face it, beyond my modest skills. All right, well, you probably saw I went ahead and decided to go ahead and hit most of the major frame rails and stuff with this stuff. The old rust converter. That's the stuff I just got off Amazon, but everyone seems to say it's the good stuff. But kind of all around in here, there. Again, all this stuff is, you know, really just surface oxidization. It's all solid metal, but I figured while I'm in here, I've got the cup out before this is all covered up with wood. Knock on wood. Hopefully it will be. Let's just go ahead and put some stuff on it and protect it. I don't know if I will put the Rust-Oleum on all this. But anyway, so I am going to let this set overnight and cure, and then we will hit it with the Rust-Oleum tomorrow. And then we will see where we shall be. All right, and there's what she looks like after curing overnight. You can see definitely some blackening from the rust converter here. I didn't even sand down these frames or anything. I literally just slapped the stuff on there. You see the ridge here, very black. Had 2 coats on that. All right, so let's go ahead and put some Rust-Oleum on this. All right, well, I don't know what came over me, but I guess I got bit by the ambition bug and ended up doing most of the bed frame in Rust-Oleum. Not everything, of course, but you see I didn't do the inside of the frames there, but I don't know. I just figured I'm here, I've got the paint out. When's the next time this is going to have no wood over it? Let's just go ahead and slap some paint on it. Very, very quick and dirty job. I can see about 8 million paintbrush wires in there. But anyway, yeah. All right, well, that's enough for this weekend. Next step is laying in the cross beams, the bed runners, and then we're ready for wood, if you can believe it. Thanks for watching.